way. Thank you. As a proud local company, Island Insurance shares these values, and that's why Island is my insurance company. Island Roots, Island Values, Island Insurance.
You know what? No Foods has so many great products.
You can't say no to no.
I got one. We're so good, we're no good.
I got one. If can. If no can, no can.
Oh no, licious. No way, like the no way.
All right, I'm hungry already. What's for dinner?
I have no idea what's for dinner.
However you say no.
Just say yes to no.
A text isn't worth a person's life. Put down the phone and drive with safety and caution. The HHSAA reminds you to #try wait.
We're back here for fourth quarter action. As you see the score, Lahainaluna 28, Konawaena 13. Ryan Nagano, Chaz Mihara, the coach, Tevita Maile here presiding over this first game. Again, this is going to be the first of 3 games here in Championship Saturday. Ewing here, rolling out to the right. And he will actually lose yardage, and I don't think that was a malicious hit there by La'akea Shim. It was just a matter that he was running out of real estate. But Konawaena, again, will be a beneficiary of a Lahainaluna penalty. You know, Coach, sometimes when you see those hits out of bounds, whether they're malicious or not, usually it fires up the team.
Dead ball, personal foul.
That's right.
Number 20,
And,
Lahainaluna,
as
they
you
get
can
out of
see,
bounds, 15-yard
they're
penalty,
still
first
trying to
down.
figure out how they're going to be able to penetrate this tight Lahainaluna defense. I'm sure they expected those flags to come out, which probably eased most of that tension on that sideline, because it happened right in front of their sideline, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Shim actually performed the hit a good 4 yards out of bounds here as Ewing. He's going to go for it all. Sliding catch there by Tyler Labarrios. Hafoka also had to make a stop there, but Konawaena moving on this play, Chaz.
Tyler Labarrios and Ewing did a nice job on that play. Was on the correct step, correct pattern to get that nice first down.
Now, somehow, some way, Konawaena is in Lahainaluna territory with 11:45 in regulation. Ewing here. He's going to move the pile down to the 35-yard line. Holds onto the rock and gets a gain of 4. Chaz, you have the feeling that Austin Ewing here, he only has 11 minutes left in probably his career. Let's check it out here.
I mean, indeed. I mean, he's been the heart and soul of this Konawaena Wildcats, and he's going to have to step up here in this play and help his teammates out.
Mariani Lewis there, walking the sideline. Another flag here. So they're going to call it a late hit, and Konawaena will get more tacked on to that run by Mariani Lewis, who is encroaching the 100-yard mark. Let's check it out here, Coach.
If I'm correct, this penalty should bring them halfway to the end zone, and this is a great position to be in as a Konawaena.
Dead ball, personal foul. Late hit out of bounds, number 15, Lahainaluna. Half the distance, first down.
You're right about that, Coach, and let's see where they spot this.
Timeout, Lahainaluna, first charge timeout of the half.
10, but Lahainaluna will use the first out of their 3 timeouts of the second half here. And we're going to take a break ourselves. Again, Konawaena driving here and trying to cut into this deficit. Lahainaluna still leads 28-13. Are we still on? All right, so All right, and we're back here. 28-13 in favor of Lahainaluna, but Konawaena trying to write a comeback script here. Ball spotted at the Luna 12-yard line. Ewing, 17 for 29, 130 yards and 1 touchdown. Ewing here will run the option. Pitch out to Mariani Lewis here as he bangs inside the 5. Gets hit out of bounds by Hafoka. But they are 4 yards away from pay dirt here, Coach.
This is definitely the right play calling. You want to keep the ball on the ground, but being that it's an option, you've still got that chance of turning over through that pitch. Konawaena should just hand off to their big back and let him do what he does best, and that's ground and pound and finds pay dirt.
Ewing here, toss is incomplete. Worsig was the intended receiver, and on that play it was 2nd and 1, so there was a calculated risk taken by the Wildcats. Chaz, let's check this play out on the replay.
And this is a good throw. It was right there. It would have been a easier said than done. Worst thing was a catch going down to the turf. And you know, one thing that I'm worried about here for Ewing is I'm noticing those last 2 snaps he's been catching it with one hand, and for me that's a little bit unsafe. You just want to make sure you secure that football with 2 hands.
Well, Ewing here reaches out. Talk about one paw. A very risky play there with the whole Luna defense looking to strip that. However, they do move the chains, and it will be 1st and goal for Konawaena. Coach, let's take a look at this.
Another great situation for the Wildcats offense and Ewing's ability.
And it's going to be Mariani Lewis here taking a little stroll into the end zone for a Konawaena touchdown. Score now 28-19. Check it out here on the replay, Coach.
We're seeing that Konawaena is down by 1 possession now. But if you look on the sideline, there's still no life reflecting of that situation. You know, as a team, you definitely have to be up, and the energy has to be up, especially if you're coming from behind.
Important extra point here for Hill. Hill's kick goes through the uprights, and it's going to be 28-20. 10:46 left here in the final quarter. Lahainaluna 28, Konawaena 20. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
People who text while driving will travel the length of a football field without looking. But roads aren't the place to play. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
All right, and we're back here as we take a look at concourse level here. Konawaena Wildcats showing some of that love and appreciation from the Big Island. Again, this is Konawaena's first dance here. Remember, they've won the BIF title 22 times, dating back from the 1970s. And keep in mind, this was a football program that just started as recent as 1968. So nearly 50 years, 22 titles, not a bad run here for Konawaena. But if they really, truly want to get that respect here from the rest of the state, this is going to be the game that they need to do it. Again, Lahainaluna leading by 8 as you see some of the Luna supporters there. Oh, she's having a fun time. And so are the Luna players here, Coach. So far, the momentum has been with Lahainaluna. As you mentioned, you noticed Chaz noticed the body language of the Konawaena players. They scored, but they didn't seem too excited. Anything that you want to look into that?
Well, you definitely have to celebrate the moments, because it's not going to be every day you're going to make it out to this big game. And those moments are fleeting moments. And with that comes the energy, and they definitely need a lot more of that to stay in the run.
Penalty flag here, and looks like Konawaena jumped the gun a little
False
too
start
soon.
in the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So now, interesting enough, the Wildcats will now kick it from the 35-yard line, and let's see if Harry Hill can perform a touchback.
I believe he still has enough leg power to get it back to the end zone or out of the end zone. We've seen his competitor kick it to the end of the end zone.
That's right, and Ragudo and Pita back to return for Lahainaluna, and I failed to mention their names because usually the ball goes into the end zone. So finally, we're going to give them some props here. Both Pita and Ragudo standing at their around the 5-yard line. And the Konawaena fans chanting Harry. Again, line drive kick, and surely enough, Coach, it does reach the end zone with room to spare. So Lahainaluna now starting at the 20-yard line. Chaz, you mentioned about ball control just as much as Coach did. 10:46 left. What do you see Lahainaluna doing here? Do you think they're going to go for the dagger and try to go play action, knowing that Konawaena is probably going to load as much as 8 or 9 in the box?
You know, I doubt it. They're going to do what has got them here. It definitely has been that run. And with all those options that they can go for, Konawaena hasn't really shown that they can really stop that on a consistent basis. So they're going to continue to do what they do, and that's run the football.
It's Naloya there, and he is stonewalled. Still gets some momentum there, but Banagam Brock and Abe was there on the stop. Gain of 1. So if you're a Wildcat fan, pretty much a good start there. Let's check it out, Coach.
That is what you want to be doing, especially against Lahainaluna's offense, the Big Red Machine, is to minimize their yardage gain. You know, because if you're not tackling them behind the line of scrimmage, you're definitely not wanting to give up the 3 to 5 yard pop.
And this could be an offside, so Konawaena as Kakalaitis jumped the gun on that play.
Coachman, number 1, Konawaena. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So, Coach, we went from a 2nd and 8 to a 2nd and 3, which obviously this is something that the Lunas would like to do.
Kakalaitis being a 3-year senior, a three-year starter and a senior captain of this defense has to minimize that type of penalty. And he knows better than to jump off sides, but to watch the ball.
This time, Konawaena was able to get some penetration. Muti actually bounced the play out to the outside before the rest of his buddies, Banagam Brock and Kakalaitis, came in on the stop. Let's check it out here, Coach.
This is definitely what Konawaena's defense has to do. It's a must-do defensive style of stopping the Big Red Machine. Because if not, we're going to see the time wind down, and they're going to keep moving and marching forward.
Speaking of the time, 9:18 and counting down for Lahainaluna. 9 seconds on the play clock. Again from the Wildcat. And it's going to be Pita. Pita is getting stretched to the outside, and it's Sea Amor. Kalai Santiago combined on the stop. And Konawaena with the much-needed 3rd down stop against Lahainaluna. Let's check it out here, Chaz.
You know, again, a big crucial stop and great defensive series from Konawaena, able to stop the Big Red Machine. But then I was looking back at Konawaena's sideline, and still, again, like what Coach talked about, the celebrating that moment. No, none of the Konawaena sideline ever did that.
Injury timeout.
So the man injured is Michael Banagam Brock. And again, this is with 8:38 left in the contest. And it'll be 4th and 8. So we're going to take an injury timeout, and we'll be right back here from Aloha Stadium. All right, and we're back. As you see, Michael Bonagambrock up to his own 2 feet. And again, Lahainaluna on 4th and 8. They have their punting unit. Etuati Store, number 3, will be the punter. And the very few times he did punt in this afternoon's contest, he has been really good. Single return man, that's Austin Ewing, the quarterback, standing at his own 46-yard line. Store, it's a very high kick, but a short one. And Gilcoat will touch it at the Wildcat 48, or excuse me, at the Luna 48. 8:13 left, and all things considered, this could be the break that Konawaena needs, Jazz.
Yeah, and you know, before that kick, I was going to mention, you know, the field position is going to be really crucial here for Konawaena on where they were going to start on this drive. And very fortunately, that punt didn't carry too far. The height was there, but didn't carry too far. Now Konawaena is in a good field position here.
Ewing, he will be brought down here. Does get a gain of 1 on the play. But he was looking downfield. I don't think he wanted to run with that. And again, big stop there by Koa, Ivalu Robinson, number 48. Coach, let's check it out here.
Ewing knows how to make plays on the run. And for Lahainaluna to stop him, it's a plus. It's a plus, even though there's a yardage gained on that.
Now, the Wildcats went with 5 receivers on one side. It was obviously a receiver screen. Now what happened was Mariano Lewis did catch the ball but had his knee down. So that turns out to be a loss of 4. Let's check it out here, Jez.
Yeah, he did right there. Now that's a good call by the refs to go and call that play there.
3-man rush. Ewing's going to escape. Ewing here, 45, and will be escorted out of bounds at the Luna 42. So now decision time here. It'll be 4th and 7, and the way things have been going here with Coach Brad Uemoto and the Konawaena Brain Trust, it's an automatic go-for-it situation.
They're going.
And they waste no time here.
Lined up.
7:18 left here, and now
catch them.
Ivalu Robinson encroaches. From 4th and 6, it's going to be 4th and 1.
Number 48, Lahainaluna, 5-yard penalty.
That's what the up-tempo does. It allows you to act as if you're going off sound, and freeze plays will draw any aggressive defense, such as the Luna's defense, across that line.
And it's all about believing at this point here. The Konawaena sideline a little bit more animated after that 5-yard penalty call. Actually,
it's a first down. They're giving it a first down.
Scoreboard said 4th and 6, but unless there's a 6-yard penalty for encroachment, Konawaena does get a first down here. Ewing, Mariano Lewis, he's going downfield, still on his feet, crossing the 30, and goes out of bounds here at around the Luna 29-yard line. So a gain of 8. Let's check it out here, Chaz.
Yeah, Konawaena doing an excellent job here. They know what is at stake, and they're really taking it to this Lahainaluna defense now, trying to make them to force them to stop and hold them here.
Mariano Lewis already 102 on the ground there, as Worsig was the intended receiver, and Storer again playing that tight coverage. A physical matchup that the Lunas really like, Chaz.
Well, yeah, both of those guys are a good matchup, and Storer has been pretty much in coverage, or been in good coverage the entire game against Worsig.
3rd down and 2 here. Mariano Lewis here does get the first down. Looked like he could have got a little bit more, but credit the expert tackling of Elijah Moritz, number 26. Coach, let's check out the replay.
As you can see, Lahainaluna defense is coming up and facing the blocks. They're coming up to the blocks. They're not waiting to get blocked. They're coming up punching the blockers. And that's what you call great defense, to be able to shed off blockers and also make the play. Hats off to the Lahainaluna linebackers for taking on those mega blockers.
Officials timeout for measurement.
All right, so Again, this is 3rd and 2, it says on the scoreboard, but it should be a measurement to see if it's a first down or if we're going to go to 4th down here. So we're going to take this break in the action, guys, to kind of talk about where we're at here. 6:58 left here in the contest. Konawaena with a possibility of even narrowing this margin. Jazz, what do you think Konawaena needs to do to get over the top here against the Lunas?
Well, I think the biggest thing has been that the penalties in crucial moments hasn't been occurring as much as they have been in the first half. But there has been a few key instances where there's a few here and there. They're really going to have to limit those. And again, ball security and the turnover ratio has to be on their side as well.
Well, Konawaena, they got it by the slimmest of margins here for a first Hawaiian Bank first down. Under 7 minutes here in the contest. Ewing has time to throw, and that pass was too high for Basa. Basa had great bracket coverage there by Bailey Honda and company. Coach, good job by Lahainaluna on this play.
Yes, this is the type of coverage you have to have on these Konawaena receivers, is that white on rice blanket type of defense.
Konawaena has been very adept in throwing the long ball, but we have not seen that much here in this contest, and that could be respecting the very good safeties for Lahainaluna. This time it's Koko, catches it at the 15, and they will give him forward progress to the Luna 14. And again, the chains will move here, Coach.
This is definitely in the swing of the Konawaena offense, and if we look to that sideline, we now start seeing a lot more movement. If they're getting ready for the big throwdown when they hit the end zone pay dirt.
Yep, and Ewing here. Ewing sidearms it as he was ready to go down to ground. Knew that he couldn't escape himself. And again, with Austin Ewing, even the incompletes are exciting, Chaz.
Oh, man. I mean, that was like to the bear right before he hit the ground. Knew he was going to get hit. And he's just very fortunate it was in the area of a receiver and it fell incomplete.
6:30 left here, and it gets Mariani Lewis here. Has some blockers on the outside. 15 down to the 13. Will not get the first down, but he will have a 3rd and makeable situation, Coach.
This is a great position to be at, especially if you're Konawaena's offense, and just keep doing what you've been doing. And I would just let the running back do his thing, you know, being that he's been producing for the most time.
6:23 left here. It looks like the Konawaena coaches are encroaching the field, probably wanting to call a timeout. And instead, they're just going to signal the play. So a rare brief respite here for the Konawaena offense. Now, 17 seconds on the play clock, 6:23 on the game clock. Ewing, high snap, rolls to his right, still rolling, throws across his body, and it's incomplete. Threw into a sea of red shirts. The only receiver in the area was Hunter Warsig for Konawaena. Now 4th and 5, and decision time for the Wildcats. Jazz, let's check it out here.
Yeah, I mean, this was an interesting play. They went into a little bit closer spread formation, and you know, interesting that they went to the end zone. It was a good attempt, and just fortunate that pass didn't go into the sea of red hands for the interception.
So it's going to be Harry Hill. He has made 5 field goals this season. Nothing more important than this one. Snap is wayward, but they're able to put it down, and Hill puts it through the uprights. The margin now, 5. Lahainaluna 28, Konawaena 23, and now another twist in the plot, gentlemen. Konawaena here would need another defensive stop, but Coach, let's check out this field goal.
Got to hand it to the Wildcats. They've put points on the board, even though it's still one single possession game.
All right, so we're going to take a break here.
In Portugal, Nazaré, it's so quiet and all you hear is this giant wave. And it's almost as if it's like the monster at the cave at the other side of town. I think that question that pops into your head, what am I doing out here? This is really dangerous, and is it worth it? You're like, yeah, of course.
Earn 5 times miles with the Priority Destinations World Elite MasterCard. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
According to the National Safety Council, 1.6 million crashes per year are caused by cell phone use while driving. If you pick up your phone while driving, it might be the last time you ever do. The HHSAA reminds you to hashtag try wait.
All right, and we're back, and a little bit more optimism here from the Konawaena fans here. Again, Harry Hill's field goal puts Konawaena within 5. Chaz, momentum here, going a little bit towards the men in white this time.
You know, I indeed believe that, and I think the big factor is that they've earned that. Konawaena have earned the right to have that momentum to be down 5 points. They could have easily let this game go and continue to stop playing, but give credit where credit's due, and they fought back.
And Coach Lahainaluna here, let's see if they can get a return, but what they got to do on offense here differently, if need be.
Execute, execute, execute.
And amazingly, we have a return here, Coach. And that is Pita with the return down to the 25-yard line. So finally, the Wildcat kick coverage will get a tackle here. 6:08 left. And Coach, again, continue on with your point about the execution part.
Well, the Lahainaluna has been doing it pretty much all game with their play execution. And they just need to go back to that. Keep doing what they've been doing and just go back to executing.
It's going to be Irish. Irish has a receiver wide open. It's going to be Ragudo.
And just as we was expecting a big run, we get lulled into the play action.
Obviously, Coach, they found something that they like, and they went play action on first down.
That's the whole key of things, is to call the plays that the defense is not expecting. And they definitely were not expecting that big play. Should have went for 6.
Yep, that was the 5th time that Lahainaluna was successful on that play as they go fullback dive. First time they've gone to the fullback, Kiliona Keohuloa, the 5'7" senior. And now, as you see, C.L. Moore there with the stop. Lahainaluna has a little mojo going on their side, Chaz.
Yeah, Lahainaluna, one big play, and the spark has already been lifted again here for Lahainaluna.
Again, 18 seconds on the play clock, and again, they're going to give it to the fullback, Keohuloa. He gets the couple needed for the first down and then some. Ball will be spotted on the Wildcat 25. Let's check it out here, Jazz.
And again, running up the middle again, gains what they need in that first down, and it continues to drive and continues to take time off of that clock.
Now a rare high tempo action here by the Lunas. They see something in the Konawaena defense that they want to exploit, and they go fullback again up the middle to Kahiao Yap, the 5'5" senior. A bevy of running backs here, Coach. Same result.
That's what the Lahainaluna has got to do, is to keep the ball on the ground, keep grinding the timeout, and keep the ball moving with their plethora of running backs.
Now very similar to the semifinal match last year between these two teams. Lahainaluna kept the ball for 5 minutes, drove it all the way to Konawaena inside the 5. They turned the ball over, but Konawaena did not have enough time to get it back. On this play, what a pirouette move there. That was Kamahao Akpal, the 5'9" junior quarterback. First snap for him, and kind of nervy moments here for Lahainaluna, Coach.
Look at the offensive scheme. They've got fresh legs in there. They've got big running backs, fresh legs in there, going against all day, all grinding defensive line, linebackers, and secondary. So they've definitely got something going for them, and it's moving the ball in the right direction for the Lunas.
It's 3rd and 7, crucial 3rd and 7. Konawaena will show blitz here. It's going to be Irish again. Irish, he will be brought down by Alani. still on his feet, no whistle. And Konawaena is able to drop him. The forward progress will be at the 26-yard line. So
timeout.
So Konawaena
the first
will
start
take a
timeout of the half.
timeout here. A possible Pablo Rico field goal, but let's check out the replay, Chaz.
And this is a great job here on the Konawaena side. I mean, this is the first time that they were able to get in the backfield in time to release that pressure off of the safeties in the back for that coverage and good defensive stand there from Konawaena.
So now facing a 4th and 11 as you see the score here, 28-23. It seems, Coach, that Lahainaluna had that spark off of the play action, but seemingly, I don't know, somehow, even though they're averaging 6-7 yards a pop, they find themselves in 4th and 11. What happened?
They went away from what was working. You know, they were grinding and ground and pounding. And then now they've thrown a new quarterback in that's dropping back for a pass and trying to read. That's the result.
4th and 11 here, and Rico will make his way onto the field. He will try to get this lead back to 8. Konawaena has some block kicks throughout the year here, but this is the biggest of stages. This will be a 43-yard attempt here for Pablo Rico. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it is good.
Still a one-possession game.
That's right.
With a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, it's still a one-possession game.
All right, 31-23 here, 3:34, and again, that special teams execution for Lahainaluna proved to be huge. Also, we need to hark back to Konawaena's missed extra point back in the first quarter has really played out in the outcome so far. Chaz.
Yeah, and you know, and I think the big thing for Konawaena that really has been hurting them has just been the snaps. The snaps on the special teams, the snaps on the punting and going for the field goal has been high. And that's definitely been a crucial thing, because now that's extra time where the snap holder has to bring that ball back down and then to hold the place. That's the extra time that the defense or the coverage can go ahead and come into the backfield.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we're going to have to see here on Konawaena's next offensive drive. Rico's teeing off on the 40. And let's see if Konawaena can get a return off here. 2 return men back here for the Wildcats. Heels are on the end line, and this one bangs right off the crossbar. I think Rico did that last year against Kopaa. He actually kicked it through the uprights on a kickoff. Just to show the folks that he has a leg also. So we're going to take a break. 3:34 left here, 31-23, excuse me. And Konawaena here in their offensive drive, probably their final attempt here to tie the ball game. Coach, what would they need to do here on this drive if you're Coach Uemoto?
Well, Coach Uemoto has been doing a great job play calling and switching up the plays, and seeing that that reception is definitely a need. They're gonna be airing it out for the most part because there's a lot of real estate to cover.
And Basa there with another 5-yard catch until Siale Hafoka brings him down. Clock still moving here, 3:13 and counting down. Konawaena here, no huddle. And it's going to be a tip ball for Mariani Lewis. Can he find blockers? Almost got away. Boy, does it make it look exciting. All of that and only a couple yards gained. Clock continues to run here, 2:52 and counting down. Chaz, let's check this play out.
You know, at the end of this football game, at the conclusion, for Konawaena, you know, Chansey Marilani Lewis, he's going to be the MVP for this team.
Yep, as you see, Labarios there almost got the ball stripped and is able to get the first down. Ball will be spotted on the Wildcat 39 here. 2:33 left. And again, another pitch and catch between the receiver Labarios and Austin Ewing.
Moving the change is the name of the game. And that's what Ewing is doing with his Wildcats offense, finding the open guy that's willing to make the play.
And Mariani Lewis here, he's been willing and able, 8 yards on that gain. And that blanket or umbrella coverage by Lahainaluna proven very effective so far, as Ewing goes back to pass. He has Labarios at the 40, the 35, and he is going to be brought down by Casco. So this time, it was a deceiving play. They thought it was going out, but instead they went up here, Coach.
So being that if you're a big receiver and you're getting tackled by 2 or 3 of these defensive backs, you definitely want to go down and protect the ball, because they're known for taking away balls.
That is true. This Lahainaluna defense always was very good with takeaways here, as you see Mariani Lewis there with the draw play. 2nd down and 7. Again, they're going to have 4 receivers. Ewing, he's going to find Labarios, almost intercepted. Casco had the best opportunity at what became a very 50-50 ball. Or actually, it would be a 66-33 ball in favor of Lahainaluna. Check it out here, Jez.
Yeah, and this is a throw that I kind of don't appreciate, as Ewing kind of put that ball up for grabs in double coverage, knowing where you are in the field in a 2nd down situation. I think that was a difficult throw or a difficult thing that he was trying to accomplish there.
3rd down and 8, 1:32 left, sideline route. It's open for Bassa. Bassa will be short, I believe. It will be close, probably by a yard here, Coach. Let's check it out here.
4th and 1. Let's see what the Wildcats will be coming out with, being that they've been throwing it and airing it out for the majority of the time. 4th and 1 would be a great time to freeze it up or call a timeout.
All right, so 1:28 left here.
Konawaena.
Ewing, he did have 2 timeouts to use. He will use one of them. Again, the situation 4th and 1. With a minute 28 seconds, this will leave the Wildcats with only 1 timeout remaining. And also Lahainaluna with 2 timeouts remaining. So if, Jazz, if you're Coach Brad Uemoto, what is the play call here on 4th and 1? Do we see a pass or do we see a run?
Well, I think there's so many different scenarios. They could keep the ball with Ewing, or give it to, again, the guy that has been doing such an excellent job, Mariani Lewis. You know, those are the 2 guys I think that they're going to possibly get the ball to. I think they're not going to pass. They want to just secure that 1st down.
You know, Coach, in Battle of the Trenches have been won here so far by Lahainaluna. On 4th and 1, do you expect to run, or do you kind of sag back and just protect against the touchdown?
Well, because we know that Konawaena is a pass-happy team, they're going to still stay protecting the over-the-top stuff while keeping everything underneath.
4th and 1. Penalty flag. Mariani Lewis here will move the pile. Could this be holding? Could be offsides. It could be anyone's guess here. If the play stands, Konawaena will have 1st and 10 at the Luna 12. Brandis Marafuentes here will consult.
It's a big call here.
Biggest of the season here.
That's the ideal situation for this Konawaena offense, is to be on the 12-yard line with only 1:21 left in regulation.
Legal formation on Konawaena, 6-man line. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
What a call there. And Coach Uemoto there trying to speak his case, but he went from 4th and 1 down to 4th and 6. And it's the penalties here rearing its ugly head here for Konawaena.
And they're still going for it.
That's right. Field goal is not an option here. They only have 1 timeout. This is the season. This is the title on the line. Wildcats will go into a quad. 4 receivers to the near side. Ewing has a single receiver, that's Labarios, and now Lahainaluna will call a timeout.
Lahainaluna. The second charge timeout of the
They're going
half.
to try to find a way to combat that formation. So we talked about the Konawaena offense on 4th and 1. We talked about what Lahainaluna would do on 4th and 1. Coach, your Konawaena's offense, what do you call here now on 4th and 6? Playbook has just gotten a little shorter.
We just seen that they stacked the wide side of the field, and being that Ewing has also been able to get around with his legs and do things with his legs. I'm most likely saying that I would run all 4 deep, let them run off the secondary, and just let Ewing do what he does best: pick them apart or torch them with his legs for at least a first down to keep the drive alive.
Chaz, your Lahainaluna's defense, again, you have to protect against a first down, but moreover, protect against a possible touchdown.
Yeah, indeed, and they're just trying to make sure that they keep everything in front. Obviously, the penalty has helped by moving them more back to gain a lot more yardage for that first down. But the big thing here is they don't want to give up a big play. You know, if anything, yeah, they give up the first down, but they don't want to give that big touchdown pass with so much time left here in the football game.
So now they're going to go in a balanced formation. Ball will be on the far hash. Mariano Lewis will join Ewing in the backfield. This could be the season. Ewing, 3-man rush. He's going to spin out. He's going to throw downfield.
Got him.
And a catch back a call inside the 10. The season continues for Konawaena.
This is what it's all about. This is championship football caliber right here.
Let's check it out here, Coach.
That's what Ewing is known for doing. Either attacking you with his legs or going through the air and finding the weak spots.
Mariano Lewis here. He took a huge shot, still hung on to the ball. Now at the 3-yard line, it'll be 2nd and goal. 56 seconds. Clock will not be much of a factor. This is the last stand. Crowd on their feet here from Aloha Stadium. It's Mariano Lewis. Touchdown, Konawaena.
And let there be life.
And now it goes to a 2-point conversion. Konawaena does have the 1 timeout to use. First, the replay here of the touchdown, Chaz.
I mean, you just talk about heart. You just talk about, not giving up. Konawaena has definitely done that. And they've done an excellent job of getting themselves back into this football game. Coming out of the half, we were kind of talking about if Konawaena could do this, and again, big credit goes to them for what they've been able to do. And, this has been a good, and we're in for a good finish. I'm super excited for what's still yet to come.
No Division II state title game in the sport of football has gone to overtime. And Konawaena is 2.5 yards away from possibly realizing this. Now, again, we're into another situation where Lahainaluna here, they're very stout up front, Coach. What kind of defense will you run? Do you go to shut down Mariano Lewis and risk having Austin Ewing go out on a bootleg, perhaps?
This is the situation where you're going to allow the defense to dictate what we're going to run. And being that Ewing is going to be the play caller, bottom line, this is where you want to be as a quarterback with his type of capabilities.
Ewing here has time.
Run.
And it's caught. Hunter Warsig off the tip drill. We are tied at 31. 45 seconds left here in regulation. Unbelievable. And I mentioned earlier in the second half, Konawaena may have used all 9 lives. They may have had 12 here for sure. This time off a tip drill. Unbelievable.
Tip drill.
Coach, let's make some sense of this.
I was looking at that, being that he was in the pocket for such a long time, and that's unheard of with this Lahainaluna defense. and praying that it wasn't going to collapse on him. He eventually found the right guy at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, but you know, my broadcast partner in other games, Robert Rabideau, would say that was a Johnny on the spot move, and definitely it was Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot.
Konawaena will probably be coining Hunter on the spot. 31-31 here. Again, no games have gone to overtime here in Division II state title. And for the man they call touchback, I think a touchback will be in order if you're a Konawaena fan. You do not want to give this dangerous Lahainaluna team a return opportunity.
Not at all.
Teeing off from the 40, and Hill gets a good route to it, and it will be 5 yards into the end zone. Ragudo will catch it in the end zone for a touchback. Lahainaluna here, one timeout, 45 seconds left. They have thrown the ball very well today, but that is under the guise of a powerful running attack. The situation has just changed, Coach. What do they do?
If at all, they would just keep it on the ground and go into overtime, because they definitely don't have the passing capabilities other than the surprise offsetting air attacks that they've thrown into the mix of their running scheme.
Well, Konawaena only have one safety back. They're going to pressure him, and they knock down Irish. Baragan Brock, first on the scene. Amor, Alani, Muti also in the backfield. What a risk. We just talked about what they should do. Is this a risky thing here, Chaz, for Lahainaluna?
I think so. I think Konawaena, like Coach said, they're forcing Lahainaluna to do something that they're uncomfortable with, and let's go into a passing formation.
Again, almost a zero safety alignment here for Konawaena. They're manning on everyone. 8 seconds left. They were actually going to have a snap. And Irish there goes through the meat grinder and will get a few yards. But football fans, we are going to overtime here in the Division II state finals. We're going to take a break, catch a breath. You should too. We are tied at 31. We'll be right back.
Call Dad. Apparently my dad got a new car too. Hello. Hey, Dad.
Oh, hi, Pumpkin.
Mom, let me guess. Dad got something that's practical and dependable.
Did you make a wise investment, son?
Of course. It's got blind spot monitoring, built-in Wi-Fi. Sometimes you gotta live it up.
Now there's a guy with his head screwed on straight.
The all-new Toyota Camry. A pleasant surprise for every lifestyle.
Are Mom and Dad here yet?
Not yet. We didn't get our lane.
We gotta stop for cash. I forgot my card.
Just use your phone.
Right.
Forgot your Bank of Hawaii debit card? No problem, because now you can get cash with your phone with cardless cash from Bank of Hawaii. Introducing cardless cash. Download the Bank of Hawaii app today. Welcome to tomorrow.
All right, and we're back here from the Showcase of the Pacific Aloha Stadium.
Reset to 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and wind it down for 3 minutes.
31-31 here. So we do have a few moments here to try to assess what has gone through here. Thanks to Konawaena's 18-point output in the fourth quarter, no other team has scored more points in the fourth quarter since Iolani scored 14 against Radford in 2008. And we did have 3 fourth quarter comebacks in which teams were able to win. Aiea defeating Damien with under 5 minutes left in 2003. And who could forget, if you're a Lahainaluna fan, Justin Yamamoto's 3-yard run for Iolani in the fourth quarter in 2007. Tanner Nishioka, of course, 26-yard touchdown from Reese Foy with under 2 minutes left. That was for the win. But now we play some extra ball here. Coach, Konawaena has the momentum here, but does this favor kind of Lahainaluna because they kind of operate in a shorter field better as far as defense and offense goes?
Well, being that this is overtime and this is the big show, it's going to be whoever holds the ball last. That's who it's going to favor. And being that Konawaena has had issues with ball security, has improved a lot on that with the last few minutes here in regulation. And it's turned out that they've also had enough gas in them to be able to punch it in to take us into OT.
Chaz, your thoughts?
You know, it's been such a awesome battle, and we just got the stats in that final fourth quarter, and it's kind of interesting to kind of go over the breakdown. Total offensive yardage, Konawaena has 400 offensive yardage, and Lahainaluna has 305. And you know, the big thing that we talked about for Konawaena was the penalties. And looking at the penalties for both sides, although Konawaena has 12 for 78 yards, Lahainaluna had 10 for 96 yards. So I think that was that right there shows a huge factor in how those key plays on those third downs, you know, fourth down ones, like those are those penalties that kind of gave Konawaena a shot and a chance to come back into this football game.
Well said. And we go here to center field, or midfield, I should say. Austin Ewing representing Konawaena, Bailey Honda representing Lahainaluna, along with their respective head coaches. Again, this is the first overtime game in any football state title game. And I believe that even counts the prep bowls.
That's quite amazing, being that this Konawaena team is in its historical moment all on its own, being one of the featured championship games here this afternoon, being that Konawaena setting the tone off right for the Big Island by getting their team to...
Lahainaluna has option to go on defense first. Ball placed on the 20-yard line.
Right, so it looks like the Lunas won the toss here. And the first burden of proof will be on Austin Ewing and the Konawaena offense. An offense that suddenly kind of got their stride. Again, 18 points in the fourth quarter. And what do you see out of Konawaena here? Do you meticulously go at Mariani Lewis because he has been the most productive offensive player so far for Konawaena? Or do you feed off the emotion as they often do and try to find Labarios or Worsig on a deep pattern?
You know, that's a great question because right now, being Ewing is feeling the hot hand as he is, he's definitely going to be wanting to sling the rock now. And hopefully finding the right guys in the right places again, they'll end up having more points on the scoreboard and forcing the Lunas to match that type of attack.
And Kona here, I believe they lost a toss. So I believe the Kona coaches decided to go from our cameras left to right instead of going towards the opposite end zone where they scored 18 points in the fourth quarter. I'm not superstitious, but had to point that out. Mariani Lewis here. He goes outside 20, 15, pulls over a tackler, and Moritz puts him down after a gain of 8. So for Konawaena, they do not go through the air. Instead, goes into their 100-yard runner in Mariani Lewis, Chaz.
You know, again, he is the MVP for me in this game. He's done an excellent job of wheeling back and just been so consistent running the football here for Konawaena.
Ewing, it's Worsig, touchdown, Konawaena. They strike first blood in the first round of overtime. And now the all-important extra point. This will put the Wildcats up 37-31. Chaz, let's take a look at this.
Again, great play call there, and it was a quick pass. It was a play-action quick pass to Ewing, and you know, he did an excellent job of putting that ball right on the spot. And good play call there from the Konawaena coaching staff.
You know, much of this two-point drama at the end was because of a miss or a block extra point in the first quarter.
Let's right.
Let's see what we do here.
Watch the high snap.
Snap is down. The kick is up. And it's a no-doubter. Extra point is good. And now he'll be up to the Lahainaluna offense. An offense that has a devastating running attack. But first, we'll check out the replay, Coach.
Lahainaluna is now facing a very momentive Konawaena team.
Jazz, your thoughts here? Lahainaluna offense onto the field.
I believe that they're going to have that mindset of still being confident in the system that